Wellness Rhythm Show. Find your rhythm. Live your wellness.
Y'all, I want to ask you something. When was the last time someone told you that the way you open a jar could predict how long you live?
Right, and I don't mean that loosely. I mean there is actual peer-reviewed research making that exact claim. Grip strength is one of the most robust predictors of biological age, cardiovascular risk, and all-cause mortality we have in the literature.
Which is wild to me. Not your VO2 max, not your cholesterol panel, not how many steps you hit on your Fitbit, the strength of your hand.
It gets better. A 2015 study published in The Lancet, the JAMA Lancet, one of the most respected medical journals on the planet, followed nearly 140,000 people across 17 countries and found that a reduction in grip strength was a stronger predictor of cardiovascular mortality than systolic blood pressure. Let that sit for a moment.
I had to reread that sentence 3 times when I first saw it. So today we are digging into what grip strength actually tells us about our bodies, why it matters at every age, and, crucially, what you can realistically do about it.
Whether you're 38 juggling school pickups or 65 wondering what healthy aging actually looks like in practice, this one is for you.
So let's start at the beginning. What is grip strength actually measuring? Because I think most people hear grip strength and picture arm wrestling.
Right, here's what I've learned. Grip strength is measured using a handheld device called a dynamometer. You squeeze it as hard as you can, typically 3 times per hand, and the peak force in kilograms is recorded. It's almost absurdly simple.
So why does something that simple carry so much predictive weight?
Because it's a proxy, it's not just about the hand. Grip strength reflects overall skeletal muscle mass, neuromuscular efficiency, and systemic physiological reserve. Your hand is essentially reporting on the health of your entire musculoskeletal system.
So it's like a check engine light. The light is in the dashboard, but the problem could be anywhere in the engine.
Brilliant analogy, actually. And what makes grip strength particularly useful is that it declines in a measurable, trackable way as we age, starting as early as our mid-40s, and that decline correlates with outcomes across multiple systems simultaneously.
Okay, so walk me through the actual science here. We mentioned the Lancet study. What else is out there?
There's quite a lot. The UK Biobank, which is a large-scale prospective cohort study tracking over 500,000 participants, has consistently shown grip strength as a predictor of cognitive decline, respiratory disease, and type 2 diabetes risk. A 2019 analysis in the British Medical Journal found grip strength predicted dementia risk independently of other physical activity measures.
Dementia risk from squeezing your hand.
Independently, that's the important word, even after controlling for body mass index, physical activity levels, and socioeconomic factors. And the proposed mechanism is fascinating. It connects to inflammation, insulin sensitivity, and the brain's dependence on overall metabolic health.
Here's the thing, though. I think a lot of our listeners, especially those of us in the sandwich generation, managing kids and aging parents, hear predictor of dementia and immediately catastrophize rather than feel empowered.
Fair point. Let me reframe. These are population-level risk associations, not individual death sentences. Low grip strength is a signal. It's telling you there is room to intervene, not that intervention is too late.
That is the framing I needed. So let's talk about what low actually means. What numbers are we looking at?
The commonly referenced reference values come from the Foundation for Orthopedic Research and Education and from normative data in the Journal of Hand Therapy. Generally speaking, for women in their late 30s to 40s, average grip strength is around 30 to 35 kilograms per hand. For men in their 40s, closer to 45 to 50 kilograms. Below the 25th percentile for your age and sex is where clinical concern typically begins.
And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have no idea where I fall on that spectrum. I have abandoned strength training approximately 4 times. I did the same yoga routine for 2 years. I am not someone who has been building grip strength intentionally.
Which puts you in excellent company with the majority of the population, unfortunately.
So this is a good moment. If you're listening and this is resonating, if you relate to my 4 failed attempts at strength training, please hit like and subscribe because we are about to get to the practical stuff and you will want to come back for more episodes.
Now here's where it gets interesting from an efficiency standpoint. You do not need a specialized program to improve grip strength. The research is quite clear that compound resistance training, the kind that works multiple muscle groups, builds grip strength as a natural byproduct.
Meaning what specifically?
Deadlifts, farmer's carries, rows, pull-ups or assisted pull-ups, even heavy grocery bag carries, which if you do the school pickup run and load the car weekly, you're already doing incidentally.
Wait, my groceries count?
If they're genuinely heavy and you're carrying them at arm's length rather than hugging the bags to your body, yes, that is a form of loaded carry. Not a substitute for progressive training, but it contributes.
Okay, but here's where I want to push back a little, because I have tried to get into strength training 4 times. And the research you're describing sounds great in theory, but in practice, for someone with my schedule, what does the minimum effective dose look like?
Right, this is the fair challenge. A 2022 paper in Sports Medicine reviewing minimal dose resistance training found that even 1 to 2 sessions per week of whole body resistance training produced meaningful improvements in strength outcomes in previously untrained adults. Not optimal, but meaningful.
1 session a week moves the needle.
If you do it consistently and progressively, meaning you gradually increase the load or difficulty over time, yes. The word progressive is doing a lot of work in that sentence.
That is the part that has tripped me up every time. I do the same thing for 3 weeks and wonder why nothing's changing. And then I give up.
Which connects to what exercise physiologist Dr. Brad Schoenfeld describes as the principle of progressive overload. Your body only adapts when it faces a stimulus slightly beyond what it's already adapted to. If the challenge doesn't increase, the adaptation stops.
So, what does progressive look like for someone who's starting from scratch? Like practically tomorrow morning?
Honestly, a resistance band and a door anchor, or a set of adjustable dumbbells. Exercises like farmers carries around your kitchen, dead hangs from a pull-up bar even for 5 to 10 seconds, and dumbbell rows. Start absurdly light. The goal in week 1 is not intensity. It's establishing the habit and the movement pattern.
Start absurdly light. I feel seen by that advice.
The other accessible option that is well supported in research is using a grip trainer, a hand exerciser device you can use passively while watching television or taking calls. A 2020 randomized controlled trial in the Journal of Hand Therapy found significant improvements in grip strength after 8 weeks of grip trainer use, 3 sets per day.
Well, that is very my speed. I take walking phone calls already. I could squeeze one of those devices while I walk.
Habit stacking, precisely. And for our listeners who are in their 50s and 60s, I want to be explicit. The research does not suggest it is too late. A systematic review in Age and Aging found that older adults up to age 75 showed statistically significant grip strength improvements from resistance training programs, with benefits in balance, fall risk, and metabolic markers.
I want to circle back to something you said earlier about the dementia connection, because I think there's a nuance worth unpacking. You said grip strength predicted dementia risk independently of physical activity. Does that mean exercise isn't actually the mechanism?
Great question. The current thinking is that grip strength reflects something deeper: overall systemic resilience, inflammatory load, mitochondrial health. Physical activity improves all of those, which is likely why grip and activity correlate. But grip is a cleaner downstream measure because it aggregates those effects into a single testable metric.
So improving grip strength through exercise is probably working through multiple beneficial pathways at once.
That's the leading interpretation, yes. And it aligns with what geroscience researcher Dr. Luigi Ferrucci at the National Institute on Aging describes as the concept of physiological reserve, your body's capacity to absorb stress and maintain function. Grip strength is essentially a readout of that reserve.
Here's the thing, though. I want to name the group that I think most needs to hear this and is least likely to act on it immediately.
Go on.
Women in their late 30s and 40s, we are so focused on cardio. On the walk, the yoga class, the whatever spin class, strength training feels intimidating or optional. And the data is saying it is not optional. It is biological preparation for what our bodies will need after 50.
The estrogen connection is worth mentioning here. Postmenopausal women experience accelerated muscle mass loss, sarcopenia, due to declining estrogen levels. Research published in Menopause, the journal, found that women who had established resistance training habits before menopause maintained significantly better muscle mass and grip strength through the transition than those who started after.
So starting now in our late 30s is literally banking muscle for later?
That is exactly the right framing.
I've said something similar about bone density before, but the muscle conversation is newer to me and it feels urgent.
The two are connected. Resistance training improves both simultaneously. It's genuinely one of the highest return on investment wellness behaviors in the research.
Okay, if you take one thing from this episode, I want it to be this. Get a grip trainer. They are $10. Put it next to wherever you take phone calls. Squeeze it. That is your entry point. Everything else can come later.
And if you want to go slightly further, add a farmer's carry to your week. Pick up something genuinely heavy, hold it at arm's length, walk. 2 minutes, you have started.
Y'all, I am genuinely going to go look this up after we finish recording. Because I've been doing the same yoga routine for 2 years and my future self deserves better than that. And so does yours.
Your jar-opening ability in 20 years will quietly thank you for the decision you made this week. That's the timeline we're actually working with here.
That is the most British motivational speech I have ever heard, and I am here for it. Thank you so much for listening to the Wellness Rhythm Show. Please hit like and subscribe if this gave you something to think about, and we will see you next time.
Right, go lift something heavy.
This show is part of the VoxCrea.ai system. If you want a show like this for your organization, without building it yourself,
Go to voxcrea.ai and request a sample episode.